Hi, in this update, we're going to give you a brief update on the new additions with regards to transceivers and AOC support for the Aruba CX 9300. So, of course, with the Aruba CX switching portfolio, it's a diverse portfolio which stretches from the access and the aggregation all the way to the core in the data center. But our new data center switch model, the Aruba CX 9300, is our 432 port 400 gig data center switch. And of course, this provides us with solutions that allow us to really scale out our data center solutions. When we're looking at the details of this CX 9300, it leverages a high performance 25.6 terabit switching ASIC. Not surprisingly, we've bundled it so that you can simplify the ordering of it so that there's two separate bundles. One comes bundled with the front to back fan trays with two AC power supplies. And the other one, of course, comes bundled with the back to front fan trays. Like I mentioned, this one supports 32 ports of 400 gig, which can actually be split down based on the types of splitter cables and optics that you're leveraging in the switch. Not surprisingly, since this is primarily a really large data center focused switch or a large campus core switch, this provides the advanced layer 3 features that we would expect in a solution like this. So layer 3 OSPF, BGP, VXLAN, VSX, etc. High hardware scale, upwards of 1.24 million routing within the IPv4 routing table. And of course, full AFC and central support. When we're looking at the architectures that this switch is primarily going to be used in, of course, I've already mentioned data center use cases. So that's what we're looking at here is traditional two-tier data centers where it's being leveraged as a core switch, providing high-speed bandwidth to the top of rack switches that are all leveraging VSX, but also a layer 3 spine and leaf type solution where essentially it's acting as two separate independent core devices for the independent top of rack leaf switches. That said, there are use cases for the CX 9300 being used at the leaf also. So these are these high demanding environments where they're leveraging 100 gig or even 400 gig server and storage connectivity. So the 9300 is quite a versatile model, and it really does open a whole lot of markets for us. Also, of course, this can be leveraged in large campus use cases. So again, here we see the campus core environment where the 9300 is acting as a large campus core, providing, a lot of bandwidth to a number of aggregation closets. Now, when we're looking at the Ethernet optics that are available for the 9300 deployment, the common connectivity options that we're going to see coming in and out of, say, like a data center fabric are going to be 400 gig EDR4 or 400 gig SR8 type optics. So that's a EDR4 single mode, SR8 is multi-mode. When we're looking at 100 gig transceiver modules that we will connect into like, the CX8325, the 8360, and the 10K, we're largely going to be leveraging 100 gig base FR1 for single mode type connectivity, but also we have a whole variety of active optical cables, which are really going to be a common use case in the data center environment when we're connecting to our leaf and spine connectivity models. And these active optical cables come in various lengths, 3 meters up to 50 meters in length. We've got 400 gig to 400 gig, but we've also got 400 gig to 4 by 100 gig breakout cables. Now, at the release of the 9300, we only supported the new Ethernet optics. However, with 10.11, we've added a number of additional support for 40 gig and 100 gig devices. In fact, here we can see a good output of the cabling that was supported pre-10.11. So most of these are the active optical splitter cables. When we're going from the third line down, that's all going to be the active optical cables. And then, of course, we have the active optical splitter cables and the various lengths based on the connectivity models that's needed for each of those particular types of environments. The very top, of course, I've already mentioned the FR1 optic, so that one was enabled at 1010. But then, of course, we have the 400 gig SR8 and the 400 gig EDR4 optic, which was enabled at 1010 also. But now with 1011, we've added a lot more flexibility with regards to what types of optics and DAC cables are supported in here. You can see here, looking at the list here, we've added both HPE branded optics as well as Aruba branded optics. And when we're looking at the speeds and feeds, these optics vary from the 40 gig connectivity models using a QSFP plus form factor, all the way up to the 100 gig variety that you see at the bottom, SR4, LR4, ER4L, CWDM, and then, of course, a variety of 100 gig DAC cables and AOC cables. So that was the quick update I wanted to give for the 9300. I hope that was helpful for you, and thank you.